Good morning, Internet. It's another lovely day. Sun's out and it's all looking good. So today I'm going to be doing a bit of wet flatting to try and get some of the imperfections out of the red panel work. I think we're going to start on the Mudguard just to see how we go on, and see if we can get a bit of that orange peel effect out. I think we can. We're going to be using, obviously it's going to be wet, it's going to be 1500 paper. You don't really want to use anything more abrasive than that. Once I've done it and it's dry, I'll be going over it with a finesse to bring the shine back up again. So let's see how we get on with that. Okay. So when you look at the Mudguard, you can see it looks a bit mottled, a bit orange peely. You know, obviously that's where the terminology comes from. So we're just going to lightly go over it with the flatting paper and just see if we can get some of that out. You can feel that that's noticeably smoother. And when you're flatting orange peel, really the intent is to knock off the high spots, really, to make it all smooth. So that's what you're really looking to achieve. And this is another really good reason that you should make sure that you've applied enough lacquer. You know, so if you don't put enough on, you really risk, when you're doing this, you really risk going through if it's not thick enough. Well, I know I put a really good coat on everything, so I'd have the option of a bit of wet flatting. But one of the other things you've got to remember is that the more wet flatting you do, the more polishing you've got to do, and that's tough. You know, that's a tough job, getting all these marks out. I'll show you the Mudguard in a minute, what it looks like now, and you might be surprised to see just how dull it's gone now we've finished wet flatting it. And of course all of that, like I say, has got to come out. Keep feeling the panel as well, you know, so you really only be wanting to do it, I suppose. Well, again, it's probably polarised views. I suppose you'll have some people saying you'd do it regardless because it'll improve the overall quality of the finish. And then maybe you'll have other people that will say, well, you'd only really be looking at doing it where you feel like you've got orange peel or issues with the paint. So there was a few little lumps, I don't know what they were, imperfections on this section, sort of at the back, which obviously it's very visual. Still something there, I think. So, you know, I wanted to make sure it was all right. So I don't know how well the camera's showing that up. If you can see there how it looks all mottled. And that's because, like I say, when you're flatting orange peel, you're almost taking the tops off. That feels much smoother now. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit of work to do to get it back up to a nice finish. That's coming, eh? Still need to more polishing here, but I think you'll agree that the shine is coming back. So we just need to carry on, a bit more elbow grease. So again, this is nice and dry, and you can see the mottled surface now. So let's see how that comes up. So the issue that we have with the tank is a bit orange peely down here, so we're going to have to do more on the tank than I really wanted, but it's nice on the top, but again a little bit down there as well, so really the whole tank's going to be done, so it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt job, but needs to be done. side panels are still drying, so I thought we'd do a bit on the tank just to have a look. It feels absolutely super smooth now. So although it at the moment looks like a dog's dinner, hopefully this is going to improve things somewhat. It's about now where I could do with this sponsor sending me a nice mop, a nice electric mop. Well, there you go. Paintwork is now finished, all wet flatted, all polished back up again using the finesse. I don't know about you, but I think it looks fantastic. I'm really pleased with how it's all come out. I've stuck the badges back on the tank, they've gone on nicely. The little screen back onto the nose cone fairing. It just looks great. I'm really pleased. The internet, just a quick wrap up really. So worked really quite hard today. Several hours later, all the flatting is done. All the wet flatting of the clear coat's finished. It's all been polished up. Let's just have a look at this as an example. You know, there was bits of orange peel, a little bit here and there on some of the panels, some worse than others. There's hardly anything on this one really. But I still wet flatted it anyway. It's still going to benefit from more polishing, and it'll get that when it's back on the bike really. I might do a bit more prior to that. Just, you know, it's every time you look at it really, you always spot something that you're not entirely happy with. But yeah, so maybe a little flatting mark there, but yeah, it's just lovely. Very, very pleased. Like it's just come back from Dream Machine really, isn't it? So I think I've made the decision today that I'm definitely going to be getting a compressor and a paint gun. Not because I'm unhappy with the quality of the finish, but a number of people have said to me in the past, you know, regardless of the quality of the aerosols, you'd be paying a lot more for product in aerosols than you will if you know, buy it like a couple of litres of the Firecracker Red from RS Paints, you know, in a tin rather than in an aerosol. It works out far cheaper, and apparently you waste far less product. I mean, I don't know. I've got no experience with that. Maybe you know. Maybe you could, you know, drop me some comments if you've got any opinion. Either way, really, I'd be very interested to know. But I think that is the way that I'm going to go. So I'm going to get a compressor and a paint gun, and we're going to start doing it like that. Looking forward, the build-up will start next. I can't really do anything with the engine today. I wanted to. It's dried well. It looks quite nasty now. Should we have a look? As you can see, that the good cleaning has really taken its toll on the what paint was left on there. So yeah, it's going to have to be maybe a little bit more paintwork than I anticipated. But I've just realised that I haven't got any engine paint in stock, so I'm gonna have to get some ordered today, really, or certainly tomorrow or something. So that's not a spanner in the works for me doing any more on that today. Yeah, as soon as that's done, we'll get the engine back in the frame, and then the build-up proper will start, and it's really reassembling everything then. I think what I'll be doing tomorrow is going through my big box of bits and identifying all the brackets and everything else that needs painting, because there's still a lot of stuff to paint. But it's all the small battery holder, all that sort of thing. So, you know, and the fork legs. So we've got to get those done. As I said, when I put the stripes on, the stripes are actually lower than they would have been on a D1. The blue band would have normally been higher, and the Kawasaki badge would be running through it. I think it looks great, but again, you know, it's not a GPZ 550 D1. It's really, you know, a homage to it. So I'm more than happy with everything on the bodywork. Right, that's it for today. As normal, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Please give me a big thumbs up if you're liking the videos. Drop me some comments in the section below. I'd really appreciate that. Anything really. And you know, if you click on that bell icon, you will get a notification every time I post new content. And if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that I do. So yeah, as I said yesterday, we hit 500 subscribers. That's really, really good. So we're well on our way to you know, getting the channel good and popular. Very excited about the GPZ 600R. That's coming on Thursday. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm running out of room in the garage. Maybe I'm going to have to start thinking about some premises. I don't know. Maybe we're not there yet. Okay, so thanks very much. Keep watching, stick with me, and watch that build up. Great. Thank you very much. Bye.